Well, I'm joined here today with Wayne Sandvik. Wayne, who did suffer a major health event, and whereas some people could find, some of the challenges that he encountered in that critical moment of his life could become, bitter and angry, Wayne has instead chosen to champion a cause that will allow others to avoid the challenges that he had. Welcome, Wayne Sandvik.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
So now we're talking about something that did happen to you 5 years ago, a heart attack, like a major cardiac event.
Yeah, it was major, all right. I didn't find out till a couple of years later that actually the doctors didn't think I was going to make it. They described my recovery as miraculous. So
wow, well,
fortunate to be here.
Well, and yes, and it's good to have you here. So, and when I was reading through the story, I was stunned. So the specific support that you needed in that moment was not available to you at that time in the Soo. You're talking about a Cath Lab. Now that is short for, is that short?
Catheterization.
Catheterization. Okay. So that capacity was not available at Soo Area Hospital in that time. So then the choice was, of course, to airlift you to Toronto. However, as the weather can sometimes be such a challenge, my understanding was that visibility required a reroute.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, it was the middle of January, and we had a foggy day in the Soo, which is kind of strange, of course, but it happened, and unfortunately, it took about 8 hours from the time I had my heart attack until I got into the Health Sciences North to the Cath Lab there. So that caused some permanent damage to my heart.
Wow. Okay. So traveling by ambulance to Sudbury, which obviously complicated your recovery. I'm showing now 13 days in the hospital as a result of that. Wow.
Yeah, they call it a cardiac, well, not rehab, pardon me, congestive heart failure.
Okay. Is
what it was. So my body just shut right down. My heart was really, really weak at that point. And through a lot of efforts from some doctors, some great doctors in Sudbury, I managed to recover, and here I am today.
Okay, so now on the heels of that, how soon after your recovery, although I'm certain your recovery was extensive, how soon after your recovery did you get involved with the Heart and Stroke Foundation? Well,
I started reaching out to another organization called Heart Life Canada.
Yes, okay.
And that's another organization that actually recommended me to Heart and Stroke. Okay. I guess they liked my story or found something there that they thought might resonate with some people.
Okay.
After that, Heart and Stroke contacted me. I ended up doing quite a few presentations for them over the past little over a year now.
Okay.
With other cardiologists, family doctors across Canada, and some scientists.
Okay.
So I learned a lot, and over the years, I've begun to realize how important the heart life or the heart is in Sault Ste. Marie in particular. My story is not much different from so many other people, and
yeah.
That's why I wanted to say something so other people might be able to relate.
Okay. Now, I'm curious. Up until this point, I hadn't actually heard about the Heart Life Foundation. Can you tell me a little bit about what they do?
They're an organization based out of British Columbia, actually sponsored by the province of BC. And they basically, it's an organization for patients and people that have loved ones that are patients.
Okay.
And they're just trying to get people together to learn a little bit more, to be able to lean on each other's shoulder to get through the path that we're going through. What people don't, or what people need to understand is that when you have a life-threatening event, such as a heart attack, a stroke, so many other things,
okay,
that it's just traumatic for the survivor and the family members.
Yes.
And as I say, we all know people like that throughout Sault Ste. Marie and Algoma, right? We just do. I mean, you open your eyes and you'll think about who you've known, neighbors, family members, and we all share the same story.
Okay. All right. So now if we jump ahead to now, we do have a cath lab, a catheterization lab at Sault Area Hospital now, one that I am understanding opened approximately a year after you had your traumatic event.
Just over a year, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, I mean, on one hand, gratifying, but certainly, you know, would have been better, obviously, for you if it had been available at the time. So talk to me then about your active volunteerism with both the Heart and Stroke as well as the Heart and Life Foundation.
Well, I just make myself available for the Heart and Stroke when they need me. They have different events, different things happen during the course of the year. And sometimes they'll reach out to myself or to other heart patients across Canada, for that matter.
Okay.
And we try to just assist getting the message about living with a heart that's been damaged. You know, a patient with lived experience, as they call it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, again, you know, and I think an event like this kind of can go, and, you know, certainly you read about statistically how some people become, you know, depressed and angry and withdrawn, you know, so it's really inspirational to speak to somebody like yourself who has chosen, you know, the other option, which is to move forward and to, you know, through your journey of healing to advocate and provide proactive support for people that might experience events such as yourself. Wayne, I'm so truly grateful for the opportunity of speaking with you today. Thank you so much.
It's been a real pleasure. Thank you.